Good evening, my beautiful friends. Warm hug to everybody who have been having hard time getting pieces together, getting themselves together. Um, I think a lot of us have been affected by these horrifying, very heartbreaking recent events. There are so many of them. So many things have been happening that truly should should have been prevented, should have never happened, should have never dimmed the light of beautiful people that lived with an open heart, that were trying to make this world a lot more beautiful. And today I want to talk about something that there is always a way to honor someone's legacy. There is always a way to leave a message of, there is always CCGB, darling. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for the suggestion of watching the right side broadcast. I caught just a little piece, and it was so beautiful to hear those young people telling about the impact of Charlie Kirk, of his visions, of his standards. The topic of this video is actually, I wanna talk about, it's gonna be very hard to measure up to his standards. It's not gonna be easy, but I think that many men looking at him will dare to do better, will dare to try harder, will dare to have purpose, will dare to counter the BS that consistently comes upon us. I think that I saw, so it's so inspiring. I'm actually going to rewatch the right side broadcast where they were honoring his life or honoring his legacy today. And I loved hearing those young people live. Please, if you want to feel better about, if you want to realize the true impact of this incredible, phenomenal man, listen to what those young people are saying. That is so phenomenal. Hearing young men saying those profound, beautiful things about him, how he changed their life, how they want to do better, how they realize the importance of faith, of family. I absolutely love that Charlie Kirk encouraged people to get married, have children, start the foundation of their life early. Yes, I understand that everyone has their interests, their destiny, or that everyone has individuality, right? There are some people that will have a completely different path, but what he was saying, he was bringing the beauty of traditionalism with his very young and not useful. He was young. He was young. He's not useful. He was very young, and I find it so fascinating hearing all these young men being so encouraged. It's just so beautiful to see that. Yes, welcome everyone. Everyone with good intentions. If you have a different opinion, remember to be respectful, or we will have to tell you goodbye. We will have to tell you goodbye if you show any kind of disrespect. Um, 1 second, guys. Okay. Yes. Yeah, he was the most loving person. I think it is so. One of his most incredible traits was that he break bread with people of different beliefs. He had conversations. He was opening, inviting people for debate, and I think that is such a beautiful thing. He was willing to hear the other side. He was willing to understand the other side. He was willing to bring a good argument to the other side. He never meant to and never tried or attempted to hurt anyone in any way. He really had an open heart, and I find it so beautiful that he had the courage to do things that most people don't have the courage to do in their entire life. um, if you knew my channel before, I talk a lot about dynamics between men and women, dating, and so on and so forth. And at 31, he was more mature than, I'm sorry to tell you, but he was more mature than men in their late 30s, men throughout their 40s, men in 50s, and even some men in 60s, because I was working with men who wanted to date, and they were trying to to figure out the ins and outs of dating, international dating, Eastern European dating, but in general. But then once I got into the space of dating, I've learned about the local, so to speak, the domestic US dating, right? And so what I've learned is most men here in US consider themselves young pups. Uh, they never mature. I don't know what it is, but I find it so discouraging and so unattractive when a man is like, oh, I am only this. All these men with mics talking about the domestic and like, regular dating in US. All these men with mics, all this red pill, blue pill, schmoo pill, they all sitting there with mics. Most of them had never even attempted to create a family. All they do is they sit there and they criticize women, they criticize modern women, blah, blah. It's just sitting there with the mics when and teaching other men how to the most ridiculous advice, how to be a womanizer, how to take advantage of women, how to never commit to a woman. So all these men, so it so happened so in such a tragic way that Charlie Kirk lost his life at 31. But at 31, he had true legacy, the legacy that will live forever and will grow stronger and harder. And a lot of those young men who understood his message, they will bring their life to the next level. His death will amplify the power, the strength of Charlie Kirk's spirit, voice, his message. His death is extremely unfortunate and uncalled for, but it will magnify, amplify everything he ever did, because they couldn't prove him wrong. That's why they had to take his life. They could not prove him wrong with words. They could not prove him wrong with arguments. That's why they had to take his life. And it's so embarrassing to think that men who are much older have never made had never made those steps, had never created that life, had never stepped outside the comfort zone. They discourage other men of building great foundation. And he puts to shame, Charlie Kirk truly, and men like him truly put to shame those 40, 50, 60-year-olds, however, I don't know anymore, that are pay 50%, don't pay for the dinner, be very careful, don't take you out, all these weak ass men that have nothing, to have no legacy except for the nonsense advice that will ruin more families and more young men's lives. Thank you so much, CCGB. Oh my goodness, my first super chat ever in forever. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support, my darling. Thank you. We put a heart. Wait, I'll try. Thank you so very much for supporting, contributing to the conversation. Thank you. I hope to have you on sometime with me. Maybe one day. One day. If you would feel comfortable, I would love to have you here. But thank you so much for lighting up, literally lighting up the conversation. And yes, now I have a lot more comments now. So if somebody really, if you truly do want to make sure I read your comment, I might be able to catch it. But another way to do it is highlight it with a super chat. So thank you, darling. And yes, I find it so fascinating how much he had done, following his passion, being consistent, following his faith, understanding the value of the family, and just making, put those, you see those bricks behind me, put that brick by brick by brick, how much he had done. The people will never run out of his clips, of his speeches, of his ideas. We all going to see so much more materials people are going to release. And I think that is going to be a bigger movement that it has ever been, with the impact that he really left. I think it's really hard to comprehend, but the beautiful thing about Charlie is that he started very early. He wasn't waiting for anyone's approval. He wasn't waiting, I'm gonna party now, I'm gonna waste my 20s, I'm gonna waste my 30s, and then one day I'm gonna be great. I find it so phenomenal that I find it so phenomenal that he haven't lost any time, didn't again wait for permission, or I need to get education, or I need to try this. He went, I believe he started the movement when he was only 18 years old. So he was basically a legal adult, and he started this journey. He started on this journey when he was only 18 years old. I think it's such a powerful thing. Some of us wait till the sun go down. Some of us wait until the cows come home to start something, because we are waiting for permission, for approval. What if this? Oh, I don't have the right education. You know what? I really want to go party. I think, 20s are for fun, video games are fire, this is so interesting. I find it so fascinating that he stood for, he had this idea, he has the vision, he had the passion. He didn't wait for anybody approval. He knew it was needed here. He knew it was needed, and therefore he started that movement at 18 years old. How many men here at 18 years old thinking about the world impact? I think it's a wake-up call for all of us, but men in particular, who thinks that, oh, I have all the time in the world, let me waste my time, let me run through women, I'm gonna say like it is, let me party, let me have whole bunch of uncommitted relationships, let me try this woman, let me compare her to another woman, let me see if I can do this, let me never get real skills, let me just, when I have free time, let me use all my time into playing video games. Let me deplete myself with playing video games. Let me pour my energy into all these things that don't matter, because I have time. That's such a call to us, know that we don't have time, and we don't need to. If you have passion and you have vision, you don't have to wait for anyone's permission to start. Thank you so very much, Irish Summer. I hope you're still here. Thank you for the super chat, for supporting. Um, Thank you so much for supporting the stream and for coming out and showing the love. Thank you, Irish Summer. I believe you are new here. Thank you so very much. I appreciate your kind support. And honestly, I was thinking about this today, that we're taking everything for granted. You know, we are sometimes thinking we are too small, too this, too that. But honestly, every single one of us have impacts. You know, we don't know, you just don't know who is watching you. Even if you put yourself together every day and you go out having good manners, showing just human qualities to people, you're already living his message. You're already doing something good and something beautiful. And yeah, I mean, it's been extremely sad. I know I'm here. I'm only here because I know a lot of people are mourning, a lot of people are grieving, but also a lot of people understand that his endless courage and the power of love, the outpouring of love. I don't think that we would ever guess how and realize the impact. Unfortunately, sometimes without a loss, we cannot see that impact and this outpouring of love. Love is everywhere, and it's just incredible. I spent very little time today on social media, but I've I've seen the titles, and I caught pieces and bits of different shows, and I just find it so beautiful, that people are standing strong, they're mourning, they're grieving, but he didn't die for nothing. We are not going to take this lightly, and we're not going to fight, we're not going to assault anybody, we're not going to burn buildings or houses. We are going to live his message through our lives. One thing I loved about him is that he really did live his message. The major problem with most politicians is that, do as they say, not as they do. Almost every single politician, I mean, many of them are never honest. They so often mislead us. You know, they try to show conservative couple, and then, you know, you, before you know it, you learn things behind the scenes. But there are few that truly live their message. It's not that they are perfect. It's not that they never did something wrong, but they're so passionate about living their true message. And I find it just absolutely healing and encouraging to see this. You know, we are kind of going off the initial shock in the stage of acceptance of what happened, and seeing all this love. I must admit, listening to all those young people today at that piece that I caught at Right Broadcast, it was just absolutely beautiful. You know, hearing young men making sense, putting goals, having achievements, wanting more achievements, thinking about going to work, creating a legacy, creating business foundation, and starting family. I think it's tremendous impact that a lot of us will do. Actually, not only the young people who are in college, but I think all of us. I want to actually hear in the chat how many of us were thinking these days that it's enough of playing, and it's time to start really living that kind of life we want to live. I want to see this in the chat. I need 1 second. I need to respond to one beautiful person. And thank you again. Thank you everybody so much for supporting. I'm going to apply his message and try to do my very best to elevate this space. You know, I yesterday I was out and about. I needed to see some friends and family, and some of the friends, you know, some of the group of people, they have different beliefs, and I was praying to God that they don't talk to me. You know, I put a nice face because I didn't come to talk about politics. I came to a friend who's, she's she's not a political person at all. She's into completely different things. She's into art. She doesn't know anything about politics. So, you know, we were having our time. But basically, I just try to avoid it. And if even if somebody would start something, I would just have to excuse myself and leave because there was no space for going back and forth. Let me go. So many comments, my dear friends. Wow, so many amazing comments. Let me. I'm gonna go to the very bottom, and I wish there was a button where I can push a button and the comments would be read. Yes, I am originally from Eastern Europe, and I am fascinated, and I have so much respect for the. I have so much respect for the men who have courage, who have strength, who are living such in such a beautiful way that creates legacy and foundation that at 31 years old you will be remembered forever. I think it's hard to it will be very hard to measure up to that. It will be extremely hard for most. You know, most of us, most of people living may not be able to achieve that level of impact, that level of greatness. But it's not a competition. This is not a competition. Everybody has their place, and you know, some of us can shine and just be a local source of wisdom, of warmth, of support for our local communities, for our children, for our schools. You know, girls nowadays don't know where to learn how to dress, how to behave. They I have, you know, I'm a people watching. I'm observe people, and I'm observing people a lot, and it hurts me so much to see young girls knowing them when they were 3, 4, 5, and they were the cutest thing in the world. And now when I see them, they have this emo black or like this green hair, tattoos, and all these rings, and it's like, why? We need to bring common sense back. We need to bring the beauty, the just natural beauty of the way this world was meant to be lived. 1 second, my dear friends, just 1 second. I'm allergic to something. I'm allergic to something, so forgive me for that. Chills. I will read some of your comments, guys. I shared a lot, but I'm actually at a loss for words. I wish I could say these things that I truly, truly feel. And I think I will be able to soon. So very sad, so very devastating. I have a couple of absolutely worse days, and I know I'm not alone. I know there are millions of people that have couple of the worst days, you know, with the attack of an innocent girl on a train, or with the Charlie Kirk, with the school shootings. And of course, you know, I'm originally from Ukraine, and every day a tragedy over there. And so many men who don't have the same values, they don't care about resolving the war because they have nothing to lose. They have no children, they have no grandchildren. They have nothing to lose. And yes, actually in this video today I wanted to talk about maturity of a man and the beauty the beauty of a maturity of a man. You know, he wasn't waiting till he's 45, 55, 67 to be mature. He, at 18, he realized it's time to do things. It's time to put passion to action and consistency. And I find it so beautiful. it's incredible, you know, doing being in a dating world, you know. And I sometimes watch different podcasts, seeing men in their 40s, 50s, and even 60s acting up like they're 17, 18, when they don't know what they want, encouraging women like, well, you know, let's try, well, you know, let's see how it goes. It's just so ridiculous. I absolutely love that he was encouraging young women and young men have a meaningful relationship, getting to know each other, getting married, starting foundation, starting legacy, and starting family. I find it absolutely fascinating. Thank you everybody who is joining. I think my light, as always, is about to go off, but we will see how it goes. Maybe I'll move to another location. I am outside right now. I agree, Veronica Villa Senor. At this point, it is between about good and evil. I agree. I completely agree. And try to deny that he was a force for good is like trying to deny the sunlight. He was force for good. He treated everybody who disagreed with him in such a beautiful way. He came there to go back and forth, to make the change, to see if he could have a conversation. I find it absolutely beautiful, and I agree that at this point when some people dare to celebrate the pain, the loss of father, of the husband, of the uh, figures that create this tremendous movement, I find this absolutely evil. I could not stomach this. I saw some comments on social media, some posts, and I literally had to close and run away because I wanted to write all the facts about him, the actual truth of what he did. But I know that I just would waste my energy. But you know what was funny? A lot of those posts barely had any reactions, barely had any responses. And I was thinking, why would I put... I have this thing. Once I comment on something that is really kind of blares into the background, I don't use a lot of Facebook nowadays. I barely use it at all. But if on Facebook there is a post that, you know, somebody who doesn't really have a lot going on their page, as soon as I touch it, as soon as I comment on it, it goes wild. And I thought, okay, you know what, if you want to talk about it, make a video, make a reel, make a story. Don't follow these people, don't seek them out. You saw that post, it's ugly, it's ridiculous, it's heartless, but don't go after them. It's like you have a pot of gold, don't give it to them. We can use it a lot better. Charlie Kirk had never said we need to get rid of the women's vote. If you like Pearl Davis, you should go on her channel. She is actually a person that talks about how women shouldn't vote, and she sits all day on the internet, criticizes all women. Her time is consumed with building her channel and her career. She's not involved in any family activities, not engaged, not married, criticizing everyone for the way they live in their life. So yeah, she talks a lot about how women shouldn't vote. So you probably is her subscriber. I hope you will find peace on her channel, because here you want... Charlie Kirk had never said once that women shouldn't vote or women shouldn't be doing something. He was encouraging women to not put away the most beautiful and honorable thing is being a wife and a mother. Of course, we all have our differences, our circumstance. He was encouraging people to get married and create a unit and create legacy. He never said that women couldn't do something. He had never said that once, okay? So go to Pearl Davis. One day I'm gonna make a reaction on her, because she's the most hypocritical. If anybody is a grifter on internet, that is her. She's hoping to get married one day, but she spent her career telling men that women ain't worth it, that women ain't nothing. But now, you know, she's aging like milk. Unfortunately, I don't know. She's not. I think she's like 27, but she looks, you know, she looks a lot older, probably because of her negative impact on people. Like each time I see her live, she is just like taking women and trying to mop the floor with them when she had not achieved any of those things that she's mopping them for. That's really insane. I don't know. She's just such an unpleasant person, and it's like, so you're telling those are feminists, but you're a feminist too. Your focus of your life is your career, so just stop lying. Charlie Kirk had never said that women should be uh, in any kind of restriction. He suggested that women could be and should start living a beautiful life, fulfilled life. And you know, it's a lot easier when you start early, when you start on time. You have time, you have possibility to achieve so many things. And the interesting thing about Charlie Kirk, you know, he wasn't trying to use his wife, make his wife into an ever girlfriend. Well, maybe, you know, if you jump through all these hoops, you will be my wife. The beautiful thing about Charlie Kirk as a human being, that he was a man even at 18 years old when he started the movement. I don't know exactly when they get married, but he was decided. He found a beautiful wife. He knew what he wanted, and he created a beautiful legacy with his children, with this beautiful woman. It's so tragic that his children will not grow, won't be growing up with him, but they will have the pride that he was their father forever. And it's actually such incredible luck that he created his family on time, at the time when you're supposed to create family. So he will be living through his children. Oh man, I feel it again in my chest. Let me read some of your comments, my beautiful friends. Alinочка, welcome, darlings. Thank you so much for joining, my beautiful friend. I don't have time for stupidity today, so I'm gonna only read thoughtful comments, kind comments. And I think I'm gonna go to my room. I'm outside because, of course, the light. I need to get this light that is ever lit. Love, with love from India. Hello, Starboy. Thank you. He will be missed deeply. Yes, yes. Listening again for those who just joining, listening to those young people in their teens, late teens, early 20s, telling about the impact. So many countless feedback from his impact on their life. I think he's given everybody that extra courage to actually step into your higher self. You know, we can all be on the bottom and kind of dragging our feet, all of us. You know, as women, we have maybe somewhat different goals and things that we would like to achieve, but there is always something. It's so beautiful to live something than just consuming, something bigger, to live for something bigger than yourself. You know, people who live for something bigger than themselves, they're never depressed, they never lost, they always have purpose. I'm gonna try to read your comments. Thank you so much for these beautiful comments, and thank you for those who've been supporting the stream. And you know, the easiest way to support, yes, now you if you want to have 100% that I leave you a message, you could send a super chat. If I see your message, I will read it right now. And yes, the easiest way to support is push a like, and if you enjoyed being here, you are welcome to subscribe if it's something you enjoy. I'm getting sick of this live streams. Well, nobody's holding you here. Uh, Jay Tucker, welcome. I responded to you today. I responded to you today on the email. Bootleg saying, I love everything that you are saying, Miss Veronica. Thank you. Every human deserves dignity and respect regarding of different views. Yes. Yes. Nobody should be losing their life because they think different than you. Nobody should be losing their life because of that. 100%. Oh, I'm moving back to Kentucky and starting my company next year. Nice, nice, nice. Thank you for the compliments. It's been 12 years. Yes, it's just crazy how big he got. Yes, you know, he had a vision, he had an idea, and he went to it. You know, didn't ask for permission, didn't ask for to get education, to complete another course. He saw that vision and he poured into it, and that is so powerful. Yes, I really felt the devastation. I could not. I have some important personal things to take care of, and I just felt so much pain and so much grief. And I think a lot of us, a lot of people all over the globe felt this way. Oh, but I think he's just such an example of how to put your life to work. The thing is, nobody knows what is waiting for us. You know, a lot of people waiting for this, for that. You know, there is no rush, there is no deadlines, and you're just kind of floating. It's it's really awful when, you know, you take things for granted and then your time is up and you realize you wasted all this time for things that didn't even matter. Amanda, thank you so much. Amanda is saying, love your channel and agree with everything you say. Thank you, Amanda. Yes, I know about that, unfortunately, about the tragic events and everything. I felt that especially today, very sad. Yes. Life is so precious, and you know, we don't count that we're going to disappear in 2 years or tomorrow. You know, this is just so shocking. I think all of us feel shock because somewhere we understand also this could have been us. When Charlie was going to that conversation, it was supposed to be, you know, one of those debates he's been doing for 12 years, but it was something different. He never thought, never dreamed that it would be the last time he spoke. And what really hurts me, what I had to cry about, is that he just came there with an open heart. He had a bit of a child in him. He had a bit of that uh, childhood attitude, you know, childish nature, in a positive way. He was very responsible, he was very driven, he was extremely ambitious, but he had this very loving, very light-hearted childhood nature. He rarely would get like aggressive or intense, and you know, he was there unprotected. He didn't have a bulletproof vest on him. You know, he was there unprotected, opening his heart to people. And those people who could not prove him wrong, who could not win an argument with logic, had to end the conversation with a bullet. But this is, for me personally, that's the most painful point, when he's just like full of life and enthusiasm. You know when you have guests in your house, or you going to see friends and you love them, or you're going to socialize and you're very in a good state of mind. You don't have a big shield, or you don't have a cover on yourself. You're just there. You're just there. You're open. You're not doing anything to protect yourself, because you trust that people would be to you as you're to them. You're open. He gave them his full presence and attention, something that we don't always give each other. And he got a bullet in his, it was in his neck, but in his heart. Thank you so very much, my dear friends, for the kind comments and for the love. There are so many things that we can learn from him. I'm gonna switch off my camera for a moment. I'm going to go inside and see if I can get the better lighting, because I feel I'm fading into the dark. And we are here for the lights. So I hope you can maybe talk to each other for a moment. I really wish that the comments would stay and I could see all the comments, that they would not go away, so I can go through them and maybe read the most interesting and the most interesting and positive ones. So, oh yes, I was my heart was a lot less heavy when I was listening to the young people in was it in Alabama? Where was that they were broadcasting today? Okay, guys, I'm just trying to get some light so we can see each other for the to finish. Oh, continue conversation, finish and continue. Welcome everybody, welcome everybody who is here. Let's see. Okay. Welcome, my dear friends. I'm inside, and yeah, I wish all of us to recover from this. I wish all of us to find strength, because I have to say there is definitely definitely a lot of pain and maybe somewhat discouragement. At that very moment, it was just he was extremely brave, but I think it was natural for him. I don't think he ever could imagine that somebody would do something so horrific, because he treated everyone so well. He was so kind. He treated people with respect, whether they agreed with him or not. Is a very powerful moment. He told the truth, but he never degraded anyone. He treated people with respect. Just one second, guys. I want to say thank you to David, one of my subscribers, who sent me beautiful music. Unfortunately, I don't have this on this device, but he sent me beautiful music without without the I'm sorry. He sent me beautiful music without the copyright. So thank you. I really, really love those sounds. I'm gonna play them. Let's see. Yes, how incredible would be. Oh, Dave, hello, hello. Thank you. I see you. I've learned so much about Charlie and I'm making some big changes in my life. This is a turning point for me. Yes, 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 yes. I was thinking the same thing. I think for many young men, it's a wake up call and a turning point. It's like, okay, what are we waiting for? Why are we living like this? Why we are not living deeper, stronger? Why we are putting things away? Why we are getting distracted? Why we are not stepping up? It's just, I find it fascinating. Thank you for that feedback, Dave. I think it is, for I believe that men and women, we often have, of course, there are very, very many career women, but we still have our differences and we have different priorities, usually, not always. But I think that every single person, despite if it's a woman or a man, and honestly, despite of age, it's not like, when you turn a certain age you have no goals and no visions. Sometimes you just have no energy left. But I think it's a really a wake-up call for us to realizing, really, there is no then. It all should be happening now. If you really want something, it must happen now. There is no then, maybe, none of that. Let's see if I can play a little bit of this. Oh yeah, these guys. Okay.
I didn't think I would be able to make it here on time, but I was able to clip the end. And man, he just inspired a lot of people in my generation. I don't think it's often you see a political figure embody Christian ideals so closely to Charlie. I mean, the first thing that came to thought when I heard the news was seeing his reaction on election night to Trump winning and just seeing his family crowded around him and them all crying and, hugging on each other. I mean, first things first, he was a father. And that was the most important thing in his life to him, was being a father and a Christian. And it's just devastating to see what happened.
And moments like this, an assassin attempts to spread fear in the hearts of people. But we see people gathered here, not only for the parade before the game tomorrow, for homecoming, the pep rally just in front of Sanford Hall, and us in front of Hargis Hall to honor the life and the memory of Charles James Kirk.
Yeah, so I've already, just from being on campus this morning, I've seen such a difference. I had the opportunity to share the gospel with this group, and they were all awakened just by Charlie's legacy and what he left behind. And people are starting to realize now what Charlie stood for and are starting to come to faith. Like we seen, just like he was talking about earlier, I seen one today that came to faith because of Charlie and the legacy that he left behind that pointed them to Jesus. And ultimately, that's really what Charlie stood for, and the faith that he had and that he just demonstrated, even with loving people who had different opinions. That is really what Charlie stood for and what stood out to me.
And that's what the crucial message is for anyone who's been to a Turning Point conference, anyone involved in a great chapter like this. And then you get to know Charlie and see him in action. It was always that happy warrior spirit. It was the grassroots humility, persistent innovation, a warrior spirit, but also the willingness to give the shirt off his back for anyone who needed it.
Absolutely. Charlie was a very hard worker, and he could have spent the rest of his life in a comfy office, surrounded by all his success. But he went to every single campus, and not the easy ones too. I mean, he could have hit up campuses like Auburn, with barely any people who disagree with him. But he went to, the battleground states. And, man, a man like that just has endless courage.
What is the one takeaway from Charlie Kirk's life that you can apply to your own as you move through school here at Auburn University in a community that's surrounded with such extraordinary support, even outside of a tragedy such as this?
I would say the importance of the gospel and the fight against evil in the world. And I just want to share this also. As soon as I heard about the whole Charlie situation, instantly I went to, and for anybody on the camera, is at least we know and we have the hope of Jesus. That the same God he served, at least we have that hope after death. And Charlie had that hope, and we can know for sure because of Jesus and him giving us that hope.
And that's the ultimate legacy he wanted to leave.
It's a truly tremendous life. They were coming to people and talk to them. This is the name of the life. Okay. I haven't watched. I haven't watched. It says Miss Erica Kirk makes her first public address. I'm sure it's gonna be very extremely emotional, but then they're gonna be prayer, and then they were going around and making interviews, and it's on the right side broadcasting. When I was driving, I listened to a few young people that were commenting and sharing how he changed their life, what impact and what they're going to do. I think it's so beautiful. Yes, I think I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. I don't think my heart can take it today, but yes, I've heard it's been going on. Yes, so beautiful. I love seeing the, especially the young men, because it really is our future. It really is our future. And then also, again, don't think that if you're a little bit older, mature, I don't care if you're middle age, I don't care what age you are. It's a beautiful kick. It's a beautiful reminder. And not everybody meant to be an influencer. Not everybody is going to be on social media. But what if we think to the level of our family? If we were gone tomorrow, what legacy our family, your family, uh, our family, my family, what we all have community, we all have friends, we all have so close people around us. If we were gone tomorrow, what would they remember the most? That's the question. And how we would like to be remembered. So if we would like to be remembered a certain way, it's a wake-up call for all of us to actually do something so we would be remembered. Joshua is saying, I watched it. She's such a strong woman. Yeah, she is really. I heard a few things and I saw her holding the cross in the car. She is tremendous woman, a beautiful wife and a mother. And I know she will carry things that she needs to carry with a lot of dignity, and she will have a lot of support from the community. She's very, very lucky that they created that community, that in a dark time like this, they have somewhere to turn to. So I find it calming knowing that they will not be left without support. But she is courageous, strong, beautiful, inside and out. Well, I think most I think most families would remember how much we loved them for the most part, don't you think? I don't know. Um, Honestly, it really depends on, hopefully in your family, if you feel that your loved ones will remember you for that. It's not the case for everyone. In many families, they would remember the closed doors, the coldness, the avoid the avoid now people get into the video games and different, just endless stuff, and avoid each other. I spend, of course, a lot of time on the internet with what I do, but I spend undivided time when I'm with people, with my close people. I spend undivided attention with them. I find it extremely important to do it as much as possible, and it's something that I've been doing. I'm in my living room right now. I don't have TV in my room. for multiple reasons. The number one reason is that I don't like big black screen. I don't have TV, I don't have cable, and also I don't want to have um I want to have conversations when we are together, when my closest people come together. But like all of us, I have a lot to work on because we all have we all have things that um we could really improve. There are so many things that we don't want to be remembered for. Let's be honest. If we were living every day, or if somebody would give us a day and a time, we would live completely different. Like if somebody would come today and say, okay, your day is, I don't know, March 17th, 2028, for example, whatever. You would not be just throwing the days, talking to this person, talking to that person, ignoring the important stuff. I think that we all kind of um not living, not doing thing to the fullest, number one. And it's not always striving, no, success, it's not always this. Sometimes it's just being present, making time for your child, making time for your grandma, making time for your little niece, I don't know, making time for your friends, where you just getting together. I think it's just a reminder to us. But the thing is, you don't have to be a social media influencer or anything like this. You very often, your family legacy is the most important thing inside your family. And the question is, are you that loving person? Are you that person that have great attitude? Are you the person that is the kind of like the glue of the family? Are you that? That is the thing. Look, are we that? And we very often are very delusional about how we see ourselves and how others sees us. Those things very often differ a lot. And somehow in nowadays I see a lot of wait I'm sorry. I see a lot of indifference. I see a lot of indifference and a lot of avoidance. Maybe but of course it's a very individual thing. Like in your family, you probably have a person that is like a glue. You probably have a person that is always outpouring love. You have a person that create drama. You have a person that create issues. You have a person that's have addiction problems. Like it's so important to think, if I was gone tomorrow, how would people remember me? In a very concrete terms, not just, oh, they will remember my love, but what actually would they remember? Would they remember you always coming in a good mood and uplifting and making tea for everyone, or always remember everyone's birthday, or what are those specific things? Also, the way you resolve conflict, the way you lift everybody's spirits, like what are those things that you will be remembered for? It's a tough question. It really is a tough question. Thank you guys for being here. I don't want a flat screen TV. If I would want it, I would have it. Thank you. Thanks, Kenny. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you so much for this encouragement. So I'm gonna read comments from bottom up. You are a wise woman with a depth perspective. Don't stop communicating to people. We need deep thinkers. Thank you, Joshua. Same to you. If you could see certain things in others, it means you have them in yourself. And again, you don't have to have social media at all. You can give your love to those who are close to you. And sometimes it just could be one person, a child, an elderly person, a friend. I just think it makes our life so beautiful. I don't, maybe some of you can relate. I'm an introvert. I don't like doing activities that look good outside, but I don't feel anything inside. I don't know if that makes sense. If any introverts are here, I don't always want to participate in certain entertainment. I don't always want to go out. Um, I really want to be creating something or be with people I truly want. I don't like going somewhere for the sake of going somewhere. Unless sometimes you need to have a break, you need some fresh air, but I don't like doing things when I don't resonate with them inside. Like for example, yesterday, I had a plan. I was going and I saw one of my best friends, but my heart, I was numb. It was wonderful to see my friend, and she's not into any of this stuff, which I was a bit envious, to be honest. But it was nice to see her. But usually when we see each other, I'm like, for me, it's like I'm swimming in joy. This time it was a little different because I was just feeling all this pain. But nevertheless, we gave each other time, we gave each other attention. um I prefer small groups. I don't like too much of small talk and just event for the sake of an event. um Brent Burke says, "Oh, I agree with you. I feel there is an introvert in the house." No, I'm not against. Here's the thing. Sometimes I feel a bit of social energy. Sometimes you might feel like you want to be a social butterfly, or I don't know what is a male for social butterfly, but you know what I mean. So sometimes we feel that desire to go socialize, yes, but I don't want to be dragged to the events I don't want to go. That I already know I'm not gonna get anything. So it's an learning to say no to the things that really don't bring value to you. It's actually very hard to do that, but it's worth it. Let's see. Let's try this. I'm gonna David, I'm gonna be playing your music next time I'm here. I have it on my other device, but I really really love the music you've sent me. It's very beautiful. I listened to it today. Thank you, David. So if you have some introverts here, happy early birthday, Matthew. There are some people that your heart responds to, and it's a beautiful time. And there are some people, even though, you're related to them, it's gonna be drama. I don't know. I think it's pick and choose. I think that it's important to create a community, but why do you need to, it shouldn't be like pulling teeth. Adam, hello Adam, welcome. Adam says I'm introverted and I embrace it. David B says I'm introvert, but I try to challenge. I'm not against challenging yourself and going to social environments that for some reason is interesting, beneficial. But so often this is gonna be crap, but you feel forced to go because you have to. So that's what I mean. By no means I mean, if anything, we should be more social, but I'm just saying being more selective. Somebody says stop with that fake accent. I would stop, but I don't know how. Beautiful eyes, thank you. Thank you, Sunny girl. Thank you, David. David B, thank you. Let me read some more comments. I'm done. What I will be remembered for a thought that haunts me daily. I do my best to live up to what that might be, but I don't know why they will what they will ultimately say. Yes, I think children are most important. Children are the most close ones. Yeah. I wonder if that could be sometimes sometime a conversation. Sometimes people love something about you and you don't even know what it is. I remember playing this game one time with somebody I really love, and we were going back and forth on some things that we really didn't know that we have. Sometimes it's an interesting game. You can get to know each other better, with a children or spousal thing or friend. Sometimes I think it's important to acknowledge each other on quite often, and it kind of puts our brains in a beautiful perspective, when you acknowledge, because a lot of really beautiful and humble people, they very much underplay and underestimate what they do, and I think it's so important to make the other person feel seen. So yes. Hello, Roger, welcome. What's your favorite place to visit? Oh, I have so many places that I would like to see, but the place I want to visit the most, I can't visit right now. The beautiful thing about Charlie Kirk, he never made it about himself. It was never about himself. It was him sharing that deep message. It's like he was this messenger, but it was never about himself. He never got into this narcissistic culture, which is pretty tremendous. Andressa says, once the children, the ignorant, the uneducated realize what a prominent figure he is, they will understand. The others will remain lost. Uh, that's very true. Why do you think families avoid each other and close doors on one another? Sometimes when you have families that is extremely toxic, you need to create a family. Some of us are not blessed with big and friendly and warm families. Some of us live far away from families. So the best thing you can do is create a family from your community, from your friends. Make your own family. Yes, I'm gonna listen to her speech probably tomorrow. Because I don't know. I don't know if I can handle it today. I know it's gonna be beautiful. I think I'm gonna listen to it tomorrow. Yes. To Erica Kirk speech. Yeah, man. He gave a venue for respectful debate to young people and encouraged critical thinking, which is using reason, not hate. Yes. Charlie was a real nice person. Yes. Hello, Russell. When God thought of beauty, he thought of you, beautiful queen. Thank you. Rest in peace, Charlie. Thank you, guys, so much for the beautiful and beautiful and supportive words, for your love, for support to each other. If somebody says, rest in peace, Irina. Yes. You know, Charlie Kirk stood up to this fake media. He stood up to it. He had the courage to stood up to it and say, you know what, I'm gonna call it what it is. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say the truth. He was one of the people that wasn't trying to be tolerant, wasn't trying to be covert, not tolerant, covert. He said the truth. He said the truth. And I could not be more proud. We could not be more proud of him, that he didn't just say, oh well, mental illness, this, that. No, he said the truth. He stood for the truth. He protected her. You know that photo of her when she is just so helpless and scared, and that man took your life like that. I'm proud of him because he always stood up as a real man. We on this channel, we're gonna have some lessons for man and women relationship from him. We are going to look at things that he taught on this channel. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Wow, somebody sent me some extremely generous super chat. Oh my goodness, let me see who that is. Mark Zach, $8,700 super chat. Thank you so much. Mary New Patrick's birthday year, Valentine's, Independence Day. Do you mean that you you greeted me with all the holidays? I don't know, maybe I don't understand. Somebody please help me. Thank you, Mac Zach, so much for such a extremely generous super chat. Let me put a heart. Wow. Do you have a message, or you just wanted to congratulate with all the upcoming holidays? Merry New Year. Okay, New Year, Patrick's Day, birthday, year, Valentine's Day. I fully receive it as a great compliment, and I am very touched. Thank you, Mark Zach 87. I appreciate you. I assume you were in a big support of you are in a big support of the topic. Thank you for such generosity and cheers to all the holidays. That is very sweet. I don't know if you're new on this channel, but I hope you will consider uh, maybe sharing some thoughts. But it looks like you like to celebrate. Thank you. Oi, what's going on? Much appreciated. So now I know that my super chat, the channel functions are back, which is so wonderful. Thank you. Oh, yes, angel watching over us, over us. Yes, you could request the topics through my email, consultveronicagema.com. You can share your story. You can introduce yourself. Maybe you would like to come with me and have a conversation with me on live. You're welcome to do so. Yes, yes, I will listen. I will listen undoubtedly. I was just, I made myself busy today because I had to switch my gear. I just had to take care of a few things, so I just needed time off the internet. That's why I haven't quite followed up, but I 100% will listen to her speech. Thank you guys so much for your generosity today. Thank you for the compliment. The people who are genuine want the least spotlight because it's from the place of love. Yes, I think when he was going to talk to people, it wasn't about him. He really would make it about the person that was asking the question. And the only reason why he has so many interviews is because, a lot of his things were recorded, but he never cared about, make it about himself. And the thing is, a lot of us don't realize that we have so much more powers than we give ourselves credit for, because people are looking and they want to connect. And a lot of times, instead of creating something good, we're just getting drowned in like watching endless videos. We're all guilty of consuming too much of entertaining content, when maybe we have a message too. Maybe we have something to share. Maybe we can uh, make something beautiful and soothing for people around us. It's so, so important. He really made everyone feel that there is no voice too small or too quiet. Irina Zarutskaya. That was the name of that beautiful woman. Alinочка, thank you for the hearts. Yes, they were afraid of Charlie and men like him, so they tried to shut him up, but they proved him right. Yes, they couldn't prove him wrong. And now they can never silence him, or the thousands who will follow. Eternal memory. Умираю, но не сдаюсь. Yes. 100%. 100%, yes. It's a wake-up call for us to really stand up for what's right, and not compromise, not deal with evil. Create a lot more Charlies. Thank you guys for the kind words. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to find good comments, so if you want to... If you want to write something, you can write it below right now, because I'm going... Thank you guys, everybody who making compliments. I feel a little bit uncomfortable to read, but I see your compliments and I appreciate them. I'm a woman. I can never say no to a beautiful compliment, but I find it a little bit not timely to read it out loud, but I do see it. Thank you so much. I see that. I see that. I also see silly comments, but we're going to leave them. You know. Let's see. What do we have here? Facebook. I don't know. What about it? Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Imagine Ooh. Truth tellers. If someone asks you what is forgiveness, what would your explanation would be? Forgiveness is like letting go of heavy stones, you know. It's a very, very important process. And with time, you learn that in a very severe cases, you don't forgive for somebody, you do it for yourself, so you can have space for light. Because when you're consumed with the darkness, when you have this mental chatter and you go back and forth and you give so much attention, it will consume your life and you won't be able to enjoy the present, and there would be no space for beautiful things in the future. So therefore it's very important to forgive. It's like carrying heavy stones, you know. If you have heavy stones and both of you, like, let's imagine I'm standing here, right, sitting here at the moment, and I have heavy stones in, you know, dark and heavy stones in my hands, and somebody brought me fresh roses. There is no way that I can have these heavy stones and my back is hurting and my arms are hurting. I can't grab this beautiful bouquet of fresh white roses. I need to put the stones down and get the roses, and you know, so it's just something that is, sometimes it's a process, you know. It's a process to forgive, let go, accept, but I think it's important. And the wiser you get is supposed to be easier. Yes, I noticed. Yes, Jeff L. Woodford says, notice there isn't any riots or protests after the tragedy. Yes, nobody's looting, nobody's destroying anything, nobody's threatening anybody. Yes, I didn't notice that. Yes. Oi. Oi, oi, oi. I absolutely do notice this, and there gonna be nobody going to get hurt. Also, nobody's life is gonna be taken, because that's not the things that we do. We don't burn, we don't destroy, we don't threaten. Absolutely true. Okay, just paying it forward. Oh, thank you, Zach. I'm gonna call you Zach. Thank you again for such a beautiful, generous donation, contribution. Just paying it forward. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Have a great day, night, everyone. Thank you. Yes. Was such a tremendous experience, seeing people feeling like they lost a family member, a close friend. Just paying it forward. Yes, actually, I would say it's a beautiful legacy. It's a beautiful principle by which he lived too. You know, it takes a lot to be so passionate, to come out places and just pour into people with a hope that they would choose better, that they would do better. He didn't have any direct benefit from it, because, you know, those are young people, you know, they will start living life, but he wanted to see more families, he wanted to see more beautiful foundational things. That is what makes it so beautiful. He knew the fulfillment that family brings, and I think he knew the partying, he knew the culture of college. It's really sad that culture in college is drinking alcohol and, well, how to say it in a nice way, very reckless, irresponsible sexual behavior. Um, I don't know how to say it. We have so many names for it in my native language, but basically just reckless things and using the ending life as contraception. I think he was just very passionate about it, extremely passionate. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Jeff Jeff Woodford. Oh yes, I just read your comment. Thank you so much. Thank you for the um, super chat, for kind message. Jeff says respect to you. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. I really think that all of us, we can honor, every single one of us, we can honor that passion, that drive, that love. You know, sometimes it's the smallest interaction with somebody. Sometimes it's like somewhere at the grocery store. Sometimes it's in the park. The smallest interaction, the smallest comment, the smallest word. I'm just thinking right now, I wonder how he had all that energy to talk to all those people and students. Whew. If you're more introverted and have not so much social energy, makes you wonder how much enthusiasm one must have to have that energy to give. And I know that if any of us would try to come with aggression, a response with the same atrocity, a response with the same anger and behavior, I know he would never support that. What is going on right now after his sudden passing is what he would love to see if this was meant to happen. So his soul is must be just, his soul is elevated. I don't know how else to say it. Because if he could see this, he would see all the love and that people are showing the best of what they could possibly show. I really wish that college wouldn't be like this. I know some young people right now that don't want to go to college for the reason of the very heavy agenda of the left, the low values, the partying, the reckless things, irresponsible things, the alcohol, the drugs, everything. I met some very smart young people that do not want to do college for that very reason. They're gonna get their education, but not that way. Oh, thank you, Russell. Thank you so very much from Canada. Thank you, Russell. I appreciate you. CCGB, darling, have a beautiful evening. Rest, sleep. Thank you for being such a wonderful support here on the chat, for being such a beautiful friend, for keeping me alert on all the important messages. Thank you so much, darling. Get that rest. You will have enough of me later. I hope you feel much better. Good night, darling. Thank you. Thank you for being here with me. Russell, are you in Canada? Because I see that you have some Canadian support from Canada, so I assume you're in Canada. Thank you so much for contributing. I've been seeing you in the chat for a few times. I appreciate it. Thank you. Guys, if you are enjoying the conversations, I'm going to have them fairly often. Live format is my favorite. I'm going to consider having more than live, more than only live, but it's my favorite because I can feel at the moment the people that are joining. And by the way, I remember this expression now, larger than life. That was what Charlie's personality was, larger than life. I don't always remember, all the expressions and figures of speech, but he was truly larger than life. I will post the most beautiful tributes for him in my community section. I've seen some very beautiful ones today, but yes, I will post. I really hope for all of us to find some tranquility and peace and inspiration. I mean, it's sad that it takes sometimes for us to have a great loss, but I hope that we will find inspiration to just elevate our life. It's not about I always felt that, success and satisfaction from life is not about chasing, getting more, getting. I think it's more of doing things fully, being present, listening, connecting. It of course depends what your work is or what your sphere of influence is. But I'm just saying, as a woman, it's not the chasing, it's cultivating beautiful things and seeing those people that needs to be seen. There are teachers in school, for example, that not only teaching things like their history or algebra or chemistry, they also give time to children. They talk to them. I have a very close person in my life who was a teacher, and he had times when he learned later that he saved lives because his students would tell him later that they were planning to harm themselves that day, but he saw that something was wrong, and he would talk to them, just give them time. So I think with Charlie's he shows that there is no conversation is too small and unimportant. I think it's truly is beautiful. um because of the technology, we lost an art of conversation, we lost an art of presence, just being there. I think it's quite beautiful when people just can be there, just give you time, like endless time when you need them. I'm talking most part about connection in the family and also children, like children, because when they are growing up, they need us, they need a conversation, so they will never get affected by the evil. David, thank you. Thank you so much. David joined and became a Golden Warrior member. Thank you. Really appreciate your participation, contribution. Love having you as a member. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. So for the members, once we keep growing, for the members, we're gonna have some just members only lives, and maybe some of you, maybe you don't want to come on camera for the whole internet. but maybe you'll consider to come on camera for just a small group of members so we can actually meet each other. I would really love that. I would really love that because um we can, yes, we can actually meet each other here on the channel. So there would be live, there would be sometimes live only or members only live videos, but there would be also um live only members that could comment. So when we don't want to have all these comments from all kinds of people that are maybe a little off, we can just have the members commenting. So thank you so much for joining the, for starting the member. I think we have CCGB just joining, our extremely powerful moderator, the force that cannot be stopped. So CCGB is, and we have now David. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. They care just about the agenda, not about the truth. By the way, for the coffee side, whoever joined there, I'm gonna be doing some lessons. So for those who are second tier or up on the coffee side, you are going to get some of the lessons I'm gonna be doing would be included in your tier. So it's up to you. You can only, it's up to you. What you decide to do is good. Um One second. One second, my dear friends. If you have some last minute thoughts or ideas, feel free to share them. Huh. Okay. Sorry. Just have a moment. So yes, do you guys have something? Oh my gosh, yes. So I cannot wait. Actually, it's going to be amazing when we're going to have members only comments as the channel grows. I mean, I love the ideas that the channel grows, but some comments are just like, wow. Some comments are a little bit too much. Okay. Hello, Chris Russell. I'm looking forward to the lessons. I need them. Yes, David. So if you stay on the coffee side, some of the lessons, some of the very basic lessons that I'm starting, and some of the things, the emotional intelligence ones, and so they are going to be included in your tier. Not all of them, but some of the most important ones. We'll see. We'll see. But yes, so I will update you and you will be able to see them at your tier. You will get a link. And it would be no extra cost for the tier you joined. Thank you for supporting. Yes, thank you. Did I tell you that I love the music? It's so beautiful. Did you do it yourself? It felt very, very pleasant to listen to. Yeah, because you the copyright issue, it's such a major issue here on YouTube. All right. Oh my gosh, what it is? Almost 2 hours, 3 hours, what it is? I don't know. Andrei, Lucian, Jeff, I appreciate your advice. I guess you are advising each other, huh? Yes, yes, they are beautiful. Um, it was perfect, perfect for the state of mind I was in. So thank you. All right, I'm gonna look at the real quick through the comments I already have, and we're going to be wrapping it up. Thank you guys for staying with me, for sharing your thoughts. I also have a dream of creating a beautiful community, community with emotional intelligence, community that have classic values, community that want to elevate the standards, the extremely low standards that are forced on us nowadays, to a higher standard of living and impact on people. I really, really want to see this. I really, really want to see us elevating our environments, our inside and out. I believe that outer is expression of an inner. It's all interconnected. And also, I just want to have a community of common sense where when the madness is going on, you know that you can hop in my life and share things and feel that you have community of people who feel and think the same. Emotional intelligence and good people, great societies. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. Thank you, Andre. Guys, you are killing me, absolutely killing me. Oh my gosh, thank you for I appreciate the comments, I do. I don't answer personal questions unless I want to share something. I won't be answering personal questions. So you can keep it to your imagination. Okay, I'm looking for the last moment questions or comments real quick. So if you put your heart out in the comment and I skipped it, I didn't see it on time. If you remember your comment, if you wanted to make a statement, if you wanted me to hear it, you can put it under the video, and I will see it and I will personally answer you. Whether I agree with you or disagree, I will see your comment and I will personally answer you, okay? I promise. Because I feel bad. I know how it is. I personally love watching live streams, and sometimes I would pour my heart out in the comments. And I want to answer or attention from the person, but sometimes it's too many comments and you just can't do it all. So if I missed your comment, feel free to write it under the video. As I said, I will reply to you, acknowledge your comments. Me personally, I love the live videos as well. I don't know. There is just something about them that is draws me. I have some people that I don't know, they just comfort me in this crazy, sometimes when you feel you want to connect, I think it's truly is beautiful. And I never watch live videos of the people I dislike. Maybe only for a little bit, if I want to understand where they're coming from, but usually for a very short time. So everybody who having hard time on this boring live stream, nobody is holding you, nobody is forcing you to be here. Like in the beginning, I have this person who was like, I hate these live streams. Like nobody forcing you to be here. At least I don't. Door is always open. Let's see. Had no standards. He had no. Okay, we have some haters here. Somebody says he had no standards. What you talking about? Yeah, sure. Most people cannot measure up to the standards of this young man we are talking about, okay? Most people cannot measure up to that but he didn't do it to compete. He did it to show example, and I find it a very beautiful thing that he did that to show an example. Okay, I'm looking really quick if I see some good comments. Forgiveness is good, but boundaries are good too. It has happened habitually, then at times the person is not in my inner circle anymore as they are unwilling to change. Yes, I think that forgiveness, it's not, you can grant forgiveness and deny the access. Apologies accepted, access denied. I absolutely agree with you. I don't want to carry a burden of pain, people that hurt me or I'm disappointed with. And I could forgive and let go, but it doesn't mean that I want to be friends with them. It doesn't mean that I want to be sharing my heart with them anymore. So I completely agree. It's good to forgive and let go and wish them the best, genuinely wishing them the best. But I completely support the idea of not doing that again. If it's something that is a deal breaker, something that you know is not right, I would not want to do that again. Because, well, when somebody showed you, the best we could do is learn and accept. Some people think that if you forgive, that you invite people back into your close circle, but I don't think so. I think you can forgive, release, truly wish them best, but know that you cannot trust, you can't be close to them. Jeff is saying she's talking facts. Thank you, Jeff. CCGB, darling, I know you are resting, but thank you for all the links. You are so sweet. Thank you for your help. A lot of people will be going to church this Sunday that haven't in a long time. Yes, yes. Okay, some inappropriate comments here. Dear Lord. Somebody says, say the angel's name. Irina Zarutskaya. I can even say it without English accent or without American accent. I know in English they say Irina Zarutskaya, but it's Irina Zarutskaya. David is saying, I have a feeling church attendance will be up this Sunday. Yes, I have the same feeling. Yes. Veronica, did you get my email? I don't know. I will check. I'm not sure. I will check. Thank you. Ben Norse is saying, I subscribe. Thank you, Ben Norse. I appreciate you. One of the best compliments you could do and best acknowledgements is if you think that you want to be back, you are welcome to subscribe. OMG, your eyes are mesmerizing. Thank you, Carl. Oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you, guys. I see your compliments, but I can only read some of them. Thank you. Okay, I have never heard him saying this, so if I see some controversial sayings, I see them myself, I will comment. I don't believe that saying because I have my reasons not to. If he would feel that way about African American black women, like Joseph Z is saying, he would never hire Candace Owens from the first look. Okay, I do not like made up stories about people. I find it very ridiculous. Oi! Yeah, I know. Kiki says, rest in peace, Irina. I'm so, so sorry that America couldn't keep you safe. Say her name, Irina Zarutska. This gives me chills, and I'm very impressed with Elon Musk, that is, and other people that donating a lot of money to make a lot of funds to make a beautiful mural for her. Murals in many cities. I think it's so important. Seeing her so helpless there, you know, that one moment when she was so helpless, that just breaks my heart in million pieces. And that nobody bat an eye, all the people sitting on the right from her have not bat an eye in that moment. And I'm very glad that millions of people know about this now, and millions of people will not allow that again. And millions of people will know exactly what it was, without the gaslighting, without the excuses, without the blaming somebody. No, we know what it was, and it needs to stop. No riots, yeah, no riots after Irina or after Charlie. That tells us a lot. Yes, I'm originally from Kiev, Ukraine. Adam is saying Charlie Kirk planted seeds in society. He demonstrated leadership. Good news is many people he inspired will follow the same footsteps. We will reap what he has sown in the future. Yes. Yes, we will. I have to say, it's nice to see the humanity again. You know, it's nice to see the humanity. Yes, we see in evil as well, but we are seeing humanity. Oh, David is saying I was actually at church tonight. That's why I'm late. That's beautiful. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, David. I'm glad that people are uniting, connecting, loving. I didn't attend his lectures like I'm sorry for such close up. I didn't attend his lectures in a campus, but I've attended with one of my best close friends, and um, we attended with family member and a close friend. We attended this June. No, not this June. Last June. So the June last year, we went to Turning Point, USA, downtown Detroit. So Charlie Kirk had a lot of courage to do Turning Point, USA, downtown Detroit, and it went beautifully. There was no issues, no problems. Tons of people, thousands of people, music, merchandise, laughter. There was tons of personalities, and all the members of Turning Point USA. It was all the stars, all the conservative stars, and in the end, they had the biggest lion, so to speak. It was Donald Trump speaking in the very end of the event. I think it was a 3-day event. I'm sorry, I don't remember, but it was an all-day thing. I think it was going for several days, yes. But we chosen the day where we knew that Donald Trump will come out in the end. So I've got the honor, the pleasure, the luck to see Charlie Kirk live. Seeing him live was tremendous. Seeing all the members, Candace was there. There were tons of people from Turning Point USA, and it was a beautiful event, very upbeat, so many people, and he had such courage, to book a place like this, downtown Detroit, which of course, known to be extremely on the other side. Oi! But he wasn't afraid of that. The thing about Charlie, he was not afraid of it, and he was right. You know, people, there were people of all creeds, all ethnicities, all ages, and it was a beautiful event. My goodness, I could have never thought. I could have never thought that a year and 2 months later, I will remember it in such way. Oh, all right, my beautiful friends, it's getting a little bit late here. Thank you so much for coming out, for staying, um, for beautiful things that you had to share. uh, I'm going through the messages, guys. I like your accent. Is it real? No, it's fake, and I practice it every morning after I drink my coffee. I take a mirror and I work on my accent, so it draws attention. I have no questions. I'm happy to see where the heart is. Hello, I'm from Brazil. Help someone turn me. What? Oh my dear. Oh my dear. Oh my goodness. Based on your accent, I see you from Missouri. Yes, yes. How did you figure that out? Yes, I'm originally from Kiev, Ukraine. Um, yes, I know, David. Can you imagine that? So I live about 2 hours from Detroit, like in a village. I live in a very small conservative city, which I feel very safe at. I was going to go to walk today and do a live, but the only reason I didn't do it is sometimes connection breaks. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to make sure it's a clear sound. But some of the days I'm gonna be walking, and one of the reasons why I can walk at 12 a.m., 1 a.m. I mean, I can walk evening, night. Nothing is going to happen with me. I feel very safe because of the rules here. It's very, very safe. And which I cannot say about Detroit. I won't be walking in Detroit. I can guarantee you. No, I won't be walking in Detroit at 11 p.m. I can, even with security guard. I'm not walking down there. But actually, downtown Detroit has been looking a lot better and has been very, very nice in the daytime to go with some friends. It's nice. But the turning point was incredible. I filmed a little bit, but I was really in the moment. I made a few little snapshots and couple of photos, and photos with my family and friend. But yes, he had courage to go, and it went tremendously. It really did. Yes, good night, everyone. Good night. Thank you so much for coming, my dear friends. Thank you, Papa. Yes, it's time for me to relax as well. Thank you, my dear friends, for stopping by. Yes, let's pray. Let's have some moment. I'm going to burn the candle. I really like burning the candle, as as a symbolic thing. Good night, my beautiful friends. Thank you so much for being with me, and I will see you soon. If I know ahead of time, sometimes I will post when I'm gonna be live, but most likely it's gonna be spontaneous as always. Thank you so much. If I missed your thoughtful comments, feel free to write it below. I will respond to you once I see it after the live. It was a pleasure being here. Thank you. Thank you for stopping. And I will post some of the best links if you want to enjoy some of the tributes and beautiful love expression to Charlie Kirk. I will post in my community section so you can check them out. We could use all of that. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you soon. Good night.